4.5 magnitude earthquake strikes Tasuj near Tabriz in northwestern Iran, shaking sensitive border region. Quake rocks Iran's strategic northwest on May 8 amid escalating U.S. standoff over nuclear violations. Tabriz serves as a critical military and industrial hub housing key northwestern Iranian defense assets. Region hosts vital Iranian missile, radar, and defense infrastructure near international frontiers. Strategic area connects Iran to the Caucasus and Turkey through essential trade and military corridors. Iran conducts repeated military exercises here to signal firm red lines against border incursions. Quake follows Iran-US direct fire exchange on May 7th, testing fragile ceasefire boundaries.
Our military is unbelievable. They're doing an unbelievable job. We're negotiating with the Iranians. We have, you probably heard, we took our 3 destroyers and we rammed them through some pretty big stuff today, and we knocked the hell out of them.
Washington projects power, while Tehran claims the world is finally seeing the truth behind the first direct clash between the United States and Iran. For the first time since the April truce, American and Iranian forces have exchanged direct fire, raising fears of a dangerous new phase in the conflict. CENTCOM says U.S. forces launched self-defense strikes after what it describes as unprovoked Iranian attacks in the Gulf. Despite rising tensions and reports of retreating warships, CENTCOM insists the United States does not seek escalation. Iran's military claims American warships crossed into the Strait of Hormuz and launched strikes deep into Iranian territory. Explosions echoed across southern Iran tonight, with reports of attacks targeting Iranian naval assets near key coastal regions. President Trump downplayed the confrontation, calling the strikes a love tap and insisting the ceasefire remains intact. Donald Trump told ABC News, and I quote, attacks on Iran after targeted U.S. destroyers in the Strait of Hormuz were a love tap. The ceasefire is going. It's in effect, unquote. The Revolutionary Guard says Iran responded immediately, targeting U.S. naval assets after the latest American strikes. Iran claims missile and drone operations pushed American warships out of the strategic Strait of Hormuz. Reports from the Gulf indicate Iranian forces exchanged heavy fire with what officials described only as enemy forces near Qeshm Island. Tehran says its retaliation was swift, striking back moments after fresh U.S. attacks in the Hormuz region. Iran is accusing the United States of terrorist aggression, alleging civilian areas along the coast were deliberately targeted. Ibrahim Zolfagari said, and I quote, the American aggressor, terrorist, and bandit army, violating the ceasefire, targeted an Iranian oil tanker moving from the coastal waters of Iran in the Jarsk region towards the Strait of Hormuz, as well as another ship entering the Strait of Hormuz opposite the port of Fujairah in the UAE, and at the same time, they carried out airstrikes on civilian areas in cooperation with some countries in the region on the coasts of the ports of Karma, Sirik, and Qeshm Island. The armed forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran also immediately and in retaliation attacked American military vessels east of the Strait of Hormuz and south of the port of Chabahar, causing significant damage to them. The criminal and aggressor America and its supporting countries should know that the Islamic Republic of Iran, as in the past, will respond to any aggression with a crushing force without the slightest hesitation. Unquote. As explosions shook Iran's western coastline, mysterious blasts were also reported in the heart of Tehran. Air defenses lit up the skies over Tehran after 2 powerful explosions struck the Iranian capital. Reports now suggest a maritime base in Minab was also hit as the conflict spreads across Iran's southern coast. Tehran accuses Washington of violating the ceasefire, a charge President Trump has firmly denied. Fresh hostilities erupted just as Tehran was reviewing a new U.S. peace proposal, casting fresh doubt over hopes for de-escalation. According to reports, the U.S. proposal focused only on ending the war, leaving the broader nuclear dispute unresolved.
Our military is unbelievable. They're doing an unbelievable job. We're negotiating with the Iranians. We have, you probably heard, we took our 3 destroyers and we rammed them through some pretty big stuff today, and we knocked the hell out of them. The destroyers weren't hurt in any way. The people weren't hurt, but they were firing at us, and we were firing back at them. And our firepower was a hell of a lot stronger than theirs, and they knocked the hell out of them. They took down a lot of small boats. You know, we call them small boats or fast boats. They're both small and they're fast. with some weaponry on the front. You know, this is what. So this is now replacing the Navy. They had a Navy 159 boats. They have none. Okay, they're all at the bottom of the sea. So they replace that with what they call the fast boat. It's a fast boat, big deal. It's fast. It's got a machine gun in front. They've been knocked down. They knocked out quite a few of them today. Yesterday they knocked out 8. They average 8 a day. This is some group of people we're dealing with. You know, it's very simple. Somebody said, "What's your plan?" I said, "The plan is very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. It cannot have a nuclear bomb, and it's not going to have." And they're really at the end of the line. Really are at the end of the line. Now, unless you guys feel differently. Now, these guys, I think, will say that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Would you say? We wouldn't feel very good if they did, because this, what you're doing and all the work that you do and that we do, it wouldn't look too very good after a while with these characters. We're not going to give them the right to have a nuclear weapon. There's zero chance. And they know that, and they've agreed to that. Let's see if they are willing to sign it.
Currently, we have no direct negotiations with the Americans. Our Pakistani friends are acting as intermediaries, relaying messages back and forth. In fact, they are seeking to reach an agreement. We have a framework for negotiations, indirect negotiations, in fact, being conducted through Pakistan. One part of this framework is that we are not currently negotiating with the Americans on the nuclear issue. Instead, we have expressed our readiness to negotiate on ending the war, on managing and exercising the Islamic Republic of Iran's sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz, on damages and compensation for the recent war against the Iranian nation, and on recognizing our rights, lifting sanctions, and rescinding UN Security Council resolutions against Iran.